Today on Ridge Roamer, benefits and how to upgrade your plastic handguards to metal reinforced handguards from Barkbuster. There's three primary reasons you see a lot of adventure bikes, dirt bikes, other off-road type motorcycles with handguards. One is wind protection. It is really nice, especially when it's cold out, to have that extra bit of wind protection, coupled especially with a heated grip. Keeps your fingers nice and toasty warm compared to just being exposed in the wind. The second is brush protection. So as you're riding through trees along trails that are kind of overgrown, as tree limbs and bushes and things like that are hitting your bars, instead of grabbing lever for you, which can be catastrophic. I've had it happen where something gets caught on your front brake and down you go. These handguards then will hit and deflect that type of overgrowth. And then the third is if you go down off-road, things get tipped over quite easily. So you hit a washout, you go down, instead of hitting directly on the lever and breaking a lever, you've got some protection from that fall to keep your levers from being damaged, sometimes miles out into open country where the ride home with a broken lever can be less than fun. Triumph, along with many other manufacturers of adventure bikes, include a nice handguard in stock form. And these do excellent as far as the wind protection is concerned. They do pretty well as far as the brush is concerned, but when it comes to the bike tipping over, there is very little structural integrity here. They are solely plastic. They tend to move and flex quite easily. So what we want to do is upgrade that to something with a metal brace, something that's going to actually protect that lever instead of just flexing and then hitting the lever itself. So the kit I'm using is from Barkbuster. This is their kit specifically made for the Triumph Tigers. It's for the 900s and the 850 Sport. They make kits for many other motorcycles, just about every adventure bike on the market, and most dirt bikes as well, and many universal. So if you've got an application that's a little bit abnormal, but you still want a set of these, which I've done on many bikes, you can typically find a set that's going to work for you as well. There are also other systems that go around the outside of the stock guards to give you some metal reinforcement, and that works well also. Be careful, there are a lot of knockoff kits on the market. And when I say knockoff, I just mean cheap, right? These are very rigid. I have crash tested the Barkbusters on numerous occasions, and they hold up extremely well. I have also tried to use the less expensive kits and crash tested those and been less than happy with the results. I've had kits where the metal, instead of protecting anything, just folds, and then you're dealing with a deal out on the trail where not only is your lever broken, but your hand protectors are now causing additional problems because they're folded in at a weird angle. They're binding, it's creating issues on either the lever, what's left of your lever, or the throttle, and then your trail side trying to remove them just so you can get back. So my advice, don't skimp. These are not that expensive relative to the cost of a motorcycle. If they save you one lever, then you're good to go. Spend the money, get a high quality brand such as the Barkbuster. First thing we're going to do is go ahead and remove the mirrors and then remove the stock assembly so that we're back to a clean starting point, and then we'll get moving on installation. Removing the handguards on the Tiger. Matter of removing the mirror. That releases this part. And then removing the bar end, just a single bolt with a 4mm Allen bolt in it. There you go. They're off. So you can see just how basic these are. It's essentially a piece of plastic. It flexes a lot. And this is what we're left over with. And now we'll do the other side and then go ahead and install the Barkbusters. The Barkbuster kit comes in 2 parts. So the first, again, specifically for the Triumph Tiger 850 Sport and Tiger 900 GT and Rally, as well as the Pro versions, is going to be all your metal components. So this is the actual metal brace and the clamps to install it on the handlebars. The second part is the plastic wind protection part. So these are available in a bunch of different colors. You do black and white, red, blue, whatever, if you want to match your bike or have something that stands out. I went with the basic black. The bike is all black and white, so I figured the black would be the easiest. So you can see that essentially just screws right onto the metal part. So I've got one left, one right, and then this also comes with extensions. So this will mount to give you a little bit extra wind protection if you want, and then the hardware to install these components. The metal part, which we'll do the installation of first, includes the 2 bars, which based on the way they are bent, there is a specific right and a specific left. So pay attention to that. And then you've got your handlebar clamp assembly. So this is what's going to go around your bars and then get everything at the correct angle to attach the center part of the metal brace, and the outside will then go into the outside, the bar end, where your previous ones were installed. I had mentioned that it does matter which way this bend on the outside of the bar goes. You do want that V to be pointing down, so this is going to be the right hand side, looking at it this way to make sure that bend is correct. And then the other thing you do when you buy a quality kit, I don't know if you can see this here, but they actually have them stamped R and L. So it does matter, all these pieces, which way is which, but Barkbuster does a great job of making sure you know right up front which way is the correct way. We're just going to take these clamp bolts out. And we're going to take the little bend piece here, this angle bracket 90 degree, and we're going to insert it. Now this is going to go in this orientation with the support dropping down below the bar. We'll grab the correct hardware, put it through. Do the nut on the bottom. We're going to do all this loosely up front because we want to be able to have the flex. So we're not going to put anything tightened down on here. And then we're going to get it roughly in place. So now all of our bolts are started. We may have to play with a little bit as far as the cables go. Grab our right hand side, metal brace, and then they also include a spacer, which will go on the outside, or on the inside here, right on the bar side. And then a new bolt that will go through that. So now we'll go ahead and get this roughly in place. So, bolt, spacer. This one happens to be a 4mm. Now we can, again, loosely put this in, but I want to be able to have it held in place so that I can work on this clamp and get it right where it needs to be. Now all I'm going to do is going to kind of play with the adjustment of this bracket, because we're going to put a bolt through here into this. This piece rotates. This piece will be able to go up and down the bar, and we're just going to find a spot where it kind of likes to sit. So let's go ahead and run this in. Now, I'm just going to play with the cables. We're going to play with all these angles, and we're going to get it where the clamp sits flush in a nice spot on the handlebars. And then we're also going to pay attention here to make sure we've got the rotation where it's going to best protect the lever in line with that. And if you get it too high or too low, it's just not going to offer the same level of protection. So get that about where we want it. That looks good to me. And we'll put the back side of the clamp on. And we'll go through, tighten everything up. 10mm for that nut down there. 5mm on the top. Now we've got that all snugged up, all those bolts. So where the previous plastic version had a lot of flex, you can see in these they are very secure. They really don't move much at all, and this offers amazing protection for your levers. But now we need to go ahead and add back on that wind protection, which are the plastic pieces I showed you a minute ago. So that's what's next. Installation of the plastic. You don't have to use both pieces, but if you want that extra bit of lip, see they're labeled here left and right. All you do is line up these two with these two, and that'll screw on right there. Or you can, I think, kick it down a little bit further if you prefer, if you just want that cleaner look. So I'm going to put mine up at the top for all the extra wind protection. And it's just a matter of a couple of screws here. Line everything up. Those two go together. Be careful, they're just coarse thread screws in plastic, so don't tighten it down too much, otherwise you'll strip it. But with those two in, now we have a single piece. And you'll see on the front here there are 2 holes in the aluminum, 2 holes in the plastic. And I'm just going to lay that on top and screw those in. There are included some nice, very broad head screws for that. Again, let's put it through. Line it up in the aluminum. You are threading directly into the aluminum, but it actually goes quite easily. There we go. Installation of the plastic wind protector on the handguards is complete. Right side is done. I'm going to go ahead and move over to the left side, and then we'll do a quick recap. Now with those done, we'll just reinstall the mirrors. There we have it. Wind protection that's just as good as the stock. Brush protection that's just as good, if not better than the stock. And crash protection for our levers that is significantly better than stock. So now we're all set up. I've got a lot more confidence when I go hit the trails that if I do tip it over in conjunction with my tank protection and my engine guards, now I've got protection around the handlebars and the levers that will protect my switch cubes. It'll protect my hands. It'll protect the levers themselves. If it does go down or I hit a tree hard enough, I don't have to worry about replacing that out on the trail or trying to get home with a broken lever. So very happy with these. I've had a bunch of Barkbusters in the past. They've never let me down. Looking forward to going out, hitting the trails with this increased protection and insurance for my motorcycle. Hope you all have a great day. Hope this information was helpful to you. Enjoy your ride. Come back and see me.